Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Wahala. It's your girl Crystal Tweneboah, and on today's episode of Weekly Wahala, we're going to be talking about the women's PSG player Aminata Diallo, who was basically accused of hiring some goons to break the legs of her teammate Khiera Hamraoui. So yeah, Khiera Hamraoui. I just hope that I don't butcher her last name, but so Aminata Diallo, she plays for both the PSG women's football team and the French national football team as well. She's a midfielder in both the teams, and basically she was accused on November 4th for hiring some goons or some criminals to basically break the legs of her teammate Khiera Hamraoui so that she could take her place in the team, because they both play in the same position, but basically Khiera is like the go-to girl and always like she plays for like the main position, and like whenever she gets subbed or anything like that, they sub her for Aminata basically. So what happened, what is has said to have happened, like the events that took place on November 4th, which is when the attack took place, was that they were at some sort of PSG celebratory like dinner with like the PSG women's team, and basically Aminata volunteered to drive Khiera home, as well as another teammate, which I don't really remember her name, but basically Aminata was driving, and she dropped the other teammate home, and it was Khiera's turn. So as they were approaching Khiera's house, all of a sudden two men stopped the car, and one of the men restrained Aminata and stopped her from doing anything like calling for help or anything like that, or joining in or anything like that. And basically Khiera was beaten with an iron bar. Apparently she was beaten really badly that she needed stitches in her legs and in her arms. The extent of her injury has not really been talked about. I'm not sure whether or not she's been like whether or not, I hope that she walks again and she plays football again. So far, but the injuries have not really been disclosed to like their full extent. But basically, if you go to Aminata's Instagram page, like lots and lots of people are obviously dragging her. If you go to like her old pictures, there's like a picture of Aminata and Khiera, as well as like the other PSG girls, and they are like, I think they went on a shopping trip or something like that. And there's so many people in the comment section blasting Aminata, using sick emojis, telling her that she's going to prison and stuff like that. And there's also another picture, which I think basically when Khiera was in the hospital, like recovering from her injuries, there was a championship league match, and Aminata took the place of Khiera, because basically Khiera was injured, she couldn't play, and the team won 4-0. They beat another team, I'm not sure, 4-0, and obviously they were very happy about it. Aminata took to Instagram to celebrate, and when you look down in the comment section, a lot of people are obviously blasting her again, in different languages, in French, in English, in emoji talk. They are all like basically cussing her out, and to an extent I understand why, because the media and obviously the police department also pushed this narrative that Aminata was trying to take Khiera's place, hence why she hired these criminals to harm Khiera. And so basically with everything that went on, like as of yesterday, the 12th of November, Aminata was arrested. She was actually arrested the day after the PSG match, and she was set free without any charges. So basically she was deemed innocent by the police department, and so the charges have been like everything, like there was nothing put against her. So basically she released a statement on her Instagram with her lawyer, and also like the statement of like the police and everything like that. And there's so much support from like her friends and like a couple of her fans as well, who are obviously sending her prayers and well wishes and stuff like that. But I find it very ironic that the people who were dragging her in the comment section, like there were thousands and thousands of comments, were nowhere to be found to give her any sort of like to apologize or anything like that. That just goes to show you what the world is like, basically. And yeah, so far it's just sad that obviously mob mentality took precedence, and like obviously like in in a good sense. Like obviously, like Aminata didn't harm herself or anything like that, because the hate that she probably might have been, or the hate that she probably got was just unbearable. Like, talk about the comment section. I hate to say what people were saying to her in real life, in her DMs, stuff like that. That must have been awful. But yeah, like that's what the media was spinning, and the media was also spinning this whole narrative of like they're trying to compare the situation with Toya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. And I sort of think that if you know like the whole story, like Toya Harding and her team, they were both ice skaters, and like both used to skate for the US and the USA, and they were basically opponents who were always pit against each other. And basically a team like Toya Harding and her team hired like her bodyguard or something to break the legs of Nancy Kerrigan so that she wouldn't be able to compete. And yeah, basically in the end, Nancy Kerrigan, obviously she healed, and she's basically was able to skate on and be a great athlete. But obviously Nancy Kerrigan she didn't face jail time, even though everybody around her faced jail time, but she was like removed from the Hall of Fame, and she basically got all her accolades removed from her. And they were trying to compare that situation. Like I know the Daily Mail, the Guardian, they tried to spin that same story, but like with Aminata and Khiera, they were both teammates. At least Nancy and Toya were rivals or like opponents. So like I'm not really condoning it, saying that anything was right, but I don't understand how you would do that to like that would really impact your team in a negative light. And also as well, to Aminata's 26, Khiera's 31. The sporting industry against women is like this is pretty much ageist. So I don't really know why like Aminata, like I'm not really sure, because Aminata is much younger. So obviously she had just waited, Khiera, she could have taken Khiera's position anyway, because like the sporting industry, like when it comes to women, if you are 30 years old, all of a sudden like you don't believe that you're able to play football anymore. That's how like ageist the sporting world is to women. So so basically Aminata has been proven innocent, like there's no charges against her. So yeah, I do hope that Khiera has a speedy recovery, and that she comes back stronger and better, and that obviously the injuries don't really stay with her for a long time, because that would suck. Because even after football, you have to think that you've got all these years ahead of you to do whatever you want, and like that would be awful for you not to like be able to walk again or something like that, God forbid, just because of like a situation like this. But obviously like, because obviously Aminata has been has been proven innocent, now all the blogs are obviously going back to like retract the same. Like the Daily Mail was actually really funny. They tried to they also brought out this story, you do with what you would with that information, but they're basically saying that a man from Barcelona, he was sending these threatening phone calls to all the PSG women that what's happening, oh gosh, sorry, that man from Barcelona was sending the PSG women some like threatening phone calls, and apparently like that's why 5 of them, including both Khiera and Aminata, needed full-time security. But basically this man is a married man, and this is what the Daily Mail is saying, that this man is a married man, and apparently he had a year-long affair with Khiera, and he's seeking vengeance for some weird reason. So, and I think it's like, you do with that information, if you believe it, if you don't, I'm not sure. I don't really see there was nothing wrong in, I do know that obviously a bunch of people jumped the gun, a lot of people obviously failed in this whole story, but like there's nothing wrong with like retracting your statement and just like pretty much probably saying sorry. But to come back and bring out another story, like poor Khiera, like she's not only been like hounded by these random goons, she's also like her story's out there, and like her sex life or whatever, her life is out there, that whether or not it's true that she's been messing around with this married man. So for Khiera in this situation, she's the victim, but her life has been put on social media. But I do hope that Khiera does recover and she comes back and tells her side, because I'm wondering who would want to do something like that. Because I understand why a lot of people give Aminata the side eye, was that the fact that she was uninjured throughout this whole ordeal, like the men did not harm her or anything like that, which obviously is a good thing. I won't want to wish that on anybody, but I understand why like people looked at her as the main suspect as well. But obviously she's innocent now, so I do hope that they find the person who did it. But please like, comment and subscribe. Please let me know what you guys feel like in the comment section below as well. I also want to like hear as well too from like if anyone lives in France or anything like that who knows the tea and would like to talk more about the situation. I want to know, because I feel like obviously the media is not really doing well. They're really, people like withholding information. So if you're from France, let me know what the streets are saying. Let me know about the tea. I'm sorry if I feel like it's rushed. It's because I feel like my camera is literally this is like the third attempt of trying to like regurgitate this story, and my iCloud is literally messing me up. So yeah, I'm not like, if you don't really understand a lot of what I'm saying, because I'm like I really apologize. It's just that I'm trying to get this this video done without the camera switching off. So thank you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.